Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your Midday News Fix for Friday the 19th of April. The Prime Minister's aiming to significantly bolster two-way trade during talks with the Philippines. Chris Luxon's in Manila as part of his tour of Southeast Asia and has met with President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. Political editor Jason Walls is there.
As a CEO, Luxon spent a lot of time in the Philippines, but today he's there representing New Zealand. He and President Marcos have agreed to an economic plan which would increase trade by 50% by 2030. Luxon's also keen on securing closer defence ties between the two countries to support peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific region.
Immigration officers are sounding a warning to migrants. Running foul of the law may see them deported. The Ministry of Business, Innovation and Employment says a concerning number of migrants are committing crime without knowing the visa implications. Political reporter Demelza Jackson has more.
The agency is reporting a rise of migrant workers in construction, tourism and hospitality facing alcohol-related charges and court appearances. Its General Manager of Immigration Compliance, Steve Watson, says offenders are often unaware of the consequences of what they see as minor matters. He says they are often shocked to learn they may have earned themselves an early plane ride home.
The cousin of Christchurch mother Angela Blackmore has told the two people responsible for her murder to rot in hell. The 21-year-old was stabbed at her Wainoni home in 1995 while her 2-year-old son slept in a room nearby. Sentencing has begun for David Hawken and Rebecca Wright-Meldrum, the pair found guilty of plotting and planning Blackmore's murder. A third person earlier admitted the murder in 2020, saying he did so under instruction for $10,000. Police have seized a gun, ammunition, a knife and cannabis after arresting a man during a traffic stop in Whakatane last night. Police stopped a vehicle on Patterson Place and searched the vehicle after getting a whiff of weed. The driver, a 36-year-old man, is due in court on a number of charges, including possession of an offensive weapon, ammunition and cannabis. A 16-year-old boy's been charged with a terrorism offence as a result of a stabbing at a Sydney church. The boy allegedly travelled an hour and a half from his residence to the Christ the Good Shepherd Church in Sydney's southwest on Monday night and stabbed a bishop up to 6 times. A 10-day reprieve for residents of an apartment building in central Auckland. City Garden Apartments was slapped with a dangerous building notice from Auckland Council, citing fire safety concerns. Residents are facing evacuation if the building isn't brought up to standard. But the corporate body's lawyer, Tim Rainey, has appealed to the Ministry of Business and Innovation, which is now investigating, putting the council's decision on hold. Tim Rainey says he expects the building will be up to scratch.
We will have most of those issues fully addressed to the council's satisfaction and the notice will be withdrawn.
To sport, golfer Lydia Ko sits tied for 4th at 3 under par after the opening round of this year's first major, the Chevron Championship in Texas. She's 3 strokes off the clubhouse lead. A 15-strong New Zealand athletics team has been named for the Paris Olympics. The contingent is headed by world indoor champions Hamish Kerr and Geordie Beamish. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.